Make sure you guys stay to the end to get a full review of my custom designed tool belt that you can buy. It's one of the best selling tool belts on the market today, and I'm not blowing smoke, so I'm gonna give you guys a review of that, but first let's go around the trailer. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna give you a breakdown of my work trailer. This trailer goes with me to the jobs. I finally got it somewhat cleaned up after being gone to California, to South Dakota, Nevada, Arizona. We were doing a lot of different jobs across the country this summer. So I'm gonna just start from this side and kind of work my way back, and then I'll come over to this side and let you know how I have it set up. This is what I use a lot for sharpening blades. Like if I'm sharpening mower blades, if I'm sharpening really anything, or if I just need something to be viced down to where I can kind of just work on it without it moving. That's what this is for right here. I actually use it a lot more than I expected to use it. This is just a cheap, I think it's Cobalt. Yeah, or no, Irwin, whatever. This is my DB spine that these are hooked on, and these are my DB sacks. Most of them are empty. This one here has latex gloves. I just like how it's easy for me to grab latex gloves out of here. It starts from biggest and green to smallest and red. And these ones I use for water bottles on my tool bags. It's great to fit just a water bottle in there. I love it. And then I just use them for anything. So when I put my tool belt on, and I'll show you here in a second, if I'm framing, I don't keep framing nails in my tool belt. I will grab one of these, fill it up with whatever framing nails or coil nails that I'm using. I'll throw it on my bags. But it's just a great system to be organized and also be more efficient with your tool belt. Now down here is just a custom rig thing that I made out of Owens Corning lumber. I love it because it's durable. I've actually screwed into this a couple times, and if you just take your hammer and hammer where your screw hole is, you almost can't see it. Like there's a hole here. I don't know if you can see it, but it works really well. I just put these tote storage here. If you guys don't know, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I do everything from framing, like new construction, restoration, remodels, exterior, interior, it doesn't matter. I do everything, but I also do design and staging. So a lot of times these have tools mostly, but if I am going to do a staging job that we finished, I have other totes that are stacked up in my container. I'll pull these out and we'll fill up the same kind of totes with staging things. We'll throw all that staging stuff in here, use this as more of a hauler than a tool trailer. That's why I leave this open as well. The other thing that I use this trailer for, again, I'm not rich. I can't buy 17 different trailers. I have to have multi-use for my trailer. Another thing I use this trailer for is for my mower. Sometimes I haul my mower out and do projects with this trailer. So I can actually back my 64-inch mower in this section here. You can kind of see maybe tire marks on the ground, but yeah, I back my mower up into here and it fits well and it works. And then I can throw weed eater, hedge trimmer, whatever else right here. And I can just basically strap it from here to here. And I can also haul landscaping equipment in here, which is great. Here are my totes. These are kind of catch-alls. I have like straps in here, like some straps, some hammers, some old hammers I don't use. And this one is just miscellaneous, like welding stuff. I have my welding helmet. I have my skate plate. I have some Spax Powerlike screws, some knee pads, some Simpson Strong Tie screws. In this one, just more miscellaneous, a lot of spider hole saws, some long, like 300-foot tape measures for site layout. I have my torque wrench and just some other little miscellaneous crap that I don't use very regularly, so I just leave it up there. In all of these drawers here, I have miscellaneous stuff. So this is kind of trailer accessories. So trailer locks, hooks for hooking things up and hanging things, and then just random stuff. This one, same thing, blades, jigsaw blades, sawzall blades, brad nails, some metal screws, a metal cutter that hooks onto the drill, some gloves, just kind of random stuff in this one. Zip ties, some accessories for my stiletto hammer, oil filter wrenches, just random stuff. This one again, just a bunch of random stuff, screws, nails, more screws and nails. This one is all my bits and drill bits, just everything that I need for just minor pilot holes or auger bit. I mean, really anything. In here is earplugs, some hex wrenches, random air compressor connections, some just staple, just random stuff. And then here I have all my metal snips, my plumbing cutters, knives, and some gloves, and then some miscellaneous permanent markers. So that's kind of this side. And then up here I have blades. I have more blades stashed away, but these are usually the ones that I pull from the most. like my 6 1/4 blade or my 6 1/2 blade, my 7 1/4 blade. I have those up there along with a chainsaw blade that I don't have anywhere else to put. Moving back to the end of the trailer, this is where I have all of my actual power tools. So I have, you know, Sawzall, drywall screw, drywall gun, light, grinder, drills, some batteries here, a Dremel tool for drywall. I have all of my drills here, and then I have my impacts over here. And then at the bottom here, I just have a couple blades. They're technically not supposed to go there. My wheel, which is completely burnt out. I don't even know why I have that in here still. That is trash. And then this is a chuck for my rotary hammer, which is actually in a box over there. So I keep that here. And then a handle for some of the drills. This fits on most of these drills, so I just keep that there. And then this is just miscellaneous storage for just random stuff that I throw in here. Over here, I have my Ego blower. I have my fan, which if it's hot in the trailer, I'll pop this on. And then I have battery chargers for all of my battery tools. I have one Craftsman electric or battery powered caulking gun, which I absolutely love. I'm not saying it's better than any, it's just the only one. It was the cheapest one. I needed it for one job, so I got that, and I actually really love it. I have my pass load battery, Ego battery, Synco framing nailer battery, and then obviously my Flex tripod light, which I absolutely love. This thing is a beast. Moving over to this wall, I have a lot of random stuff. So if you don't know, these are actually the Diamondback Go systems, I believe they're called. I think they still sell them. I got these a long time ago, probably about not that long, like 3 or 4 years ago I got these. But I actually really like them. But they have these caulking spots, so I have some Quad Max here. I have some Alex, some Benjamin Obdyke. I got some WD-40. I got some caulking guns here. I have my zip rollers and my Advantech adhesive guns here. More quad, some what is it? Big or Great Stuff cleaner, which is great for any type of cleaning. Some wasp spray, because you never know. Some spray paint, some Tight Bond, and then this is just one of those trash can dustpan things. Up here, I don't even know what's up here, if I'm being honest. I have no idea. Random stuff. I think there's some PEX wrenches up there, and my 4x4 level, just some leather cleaner. I don't know, random. Up above there, I have my I forget what they're called. For electrical, for pulling wire, like fishing rod or whatever they call it, for fishing electrical wire. I have that up top. Here along this trough, I have my rear handle saws, my 2 Flex rear handle saws, my inline Flex saw. I have my router. I have my 16 gauge nailer. I have my Flex framing nailer. I have my pass load, my Synco, and of course, the trusted, tried and true Metabo framing nailer. Again, I will use these, I would say 90% of the time. They're great. They're easy to use. I love them. I use this sometimes. Usually I'll give that to someone else who's working with me. But if I'm framing a house, like if I'm actually framing, I'm going to hook up the air compressor and go with the Metabo, just because you can't beat air tools when it comes to, you know, throwing down 3,000 nails, right? These are just a waste of time if you're framing nonstop. If I'm doing interior walls, remodel, stuff like that, I'm going to go with Synco or Flex pretty much every time. And even this one's not too bad for framing, but in the end, if I'm setting up on a job, if I'm like legit on a job for an entire day, it's not bad to just pull the trailer out or pull the air compressor out, hook it up, and off to the races. One thing I didn't tell you about this back corner, all of these chargers go to this power bank here, or this power strip here, which actually connects to my truck. So when I drive, all of my batteries are charging. So I usually don't plug this in when it's just sitting, because if I'm driving to a job for 20-30 minutes, all of my batteries end up being fully charged. And if not, then I'll just basically plug it into my truck and make sure everything's charged while I'm on the job. That's the cool thing about having a generator that is built into your truck. So these just charge here, and I pull from them here, and then whenever they charge, I just swap them out for the ones on top. Moving on to these right here. These are the Toolbelt Stack Tech. These have little random tools. These ones have a lot of crescent wrenches, some pliers, some channel locks, some needle nose, just kind of a bunch of random stuff in here that I pull from every now and then. Usually it's excess, because I usually keep one of those in my tool bags at all time anyway, but I have those there. Up here, this is where I have my my rotary hammer and my auger drills, the ones that I think they're just called auger drills, like the big auger drills. Those are up in this one. In this one, I think it's just random, like speed squares. I have my jigsaw and my multi-tool in here with some door jamb jigs, stuff like that. And then I have this little tape roll here, which has plumber's tape, sealant tape, has some weed eating string. It's got some HVAC tape, some duct tape, some electrical tape, some 3M double-sided tape, more blue tape. It's just kind of cool to be able to have all this up here. I can pull from it here, or I can lift this off and take it out. And then in this box is, I don't think anything's in this box. Nothing's in this box. This one is usually what I'll pull down to get, like, to load up and put on my roller here, which I forgot to show you what's under here, which is just basically this has my siding nail guns in it, the roller, but then I'll just throw whatever I need on top of there and roll it in with this. And this is just an ice chest that I have here. As for under here, I have my 2 SureStep Little Giant ladders. Those are game changers. I absolutely love them. I have my Ego fan tucked back there and my rigid backpack vacuum. In this corner here, I have my welder and my plasma cutter. I'll be honest, I don't use them that much. I mainly use them for little tinkering things here and there. But the plasma needs a really big air compressor, which I usually don't carry with me. It's just a good place to store it. And then under this side here, I have my hunting chair, which is great. I usually use it to pull out if I'm on the job and I got to do some stuff. You know, when I got to hit YouTube University, you know what I mean? When there's some YouTube University to be done, I pull my chair out and I YouTube away to learn how to do what I promised somebody I'd already knew how to do. So that's what I use this chair for. It's actually really comfortable. That and lunch, but if I'm being honest with you, I rarely take lunch. I'm that guy that's like, why take a lunch when you can just work through it? Because as soon as I take a lunch, it's so hard for me to get back in the groove of all that stuff. And then over here, I have my hammers, some of my hammers. I would say my favorite hammers, which 3 of them are wooden handle, which I use 90% of the time. And then I have my Martinez, which I use it. And then my cleaning station, I have the towels, and then I have the Gojo scrubbing towels, which are great for oil or caulking or stuff like that. It actually really works really well. And then my welding jacket, which is just here if I'm welding. I don't have my welder in here, my stick welder in here, but I just keep it in here because it just helps me know where it is. And then under here, I have my table saw, which just slides in under there. Obviously my Stabila framing level, and then my Johnson 8-foot level. And then my sight laser, and then a bucket of ratchet straps and other things. And then on the front here, I have another DB spine. This is where I keep my blower because I use this blower every single time I'm out here, no matter what. I just used it a minute ago to blow out the trailer or just blow myself off if I'm covered in dust. But yeah, absolutely cool. Under this, I have my tool belts. This is the John Dawson system. This is my older version without the DBX system. I have my suspenders right here, which, again, I don't wear suspenders unless I'm going a full day. Like if I'm going on a job site and again, I'm unpacking and I'm on the job, I'll throw my suspenders on for sure. If I'm doing something more minor, like if I'm doing like a remodel where, you know, sometimes I might be at a cut station all day or whatever else, then usually I'll just wear my bags without the suspenders. But anyway, here is the review of my bags. These are the John Dawson tool belt, or the Dawson System X. And I absolutely love these bags, and they're one of the best-selling tool bags on the market in the United States. Actually, not just in the United States, in a couple of other countries as well. But basically what I have here is I have a really compact system. This isn't supposed to be on here. A really compact system. So I was doing some minor framing, some deck framing, so I have my chalk box on here. But this is, again, something that I don't leave on here all the time. This will go, come on, get off there, buddy. This will usually go somewhere over here. And again, just like everything else, I'll pull from it out of that. So I have my hammer on my right-hand side. Right now, I'm rocking the Stiletto T-Bone, the 15-ounce. I love it. I got my cat's paw. I think it's like an ox. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's an ox. And I carry that right here. Don't have my tape measure in here right now. That is the other thing. I don't always carry the same tape measure. If I'm doing more minimal stuff, I'm always going with the 16-inch Fat Max every single time if I'm doing minimal, you know, everything under 16, I'm going with this. Every now and then I'll use the Irwin. I do like the Irwin. This one I'll usually use more for, I would say, decking. I don't know why, and for no reason. When I'm doing like deck work, I just like this one better. And then I have the Lufkin 25 and the Milwaukee 25, which I just got this one a couple weeks ago. I'm not a huge Milwaukee fan, but I'm actually really digging this tape measure. So I'm gonna put that one in here. So I have my tape measure here. I have some pencils here. I have my laser measure on this side. I have a blade right here. I got my needle nose right here. Over on this side, I have my speed square. I have my Phillips screwdriver. I have my chisel. I have my adjustable wrench. And right now I have some pass load nails in here, which shouldn't be in here. So, but this is pretty much what I rock with. This is 90% of what I'm going with. Super light, super comfortable, down to business. And here's where the Dawson system thrives and everyone loves it as soon as they buy it. It comes with a DB sack. So if I'm doing something where it's like, okay, I need to be framing something, I need to grab some, you know, whatever it is. Let's say I'm doing, let's just say I'm doing brad nails. I'll reach in here, I'll grab my brad nails, I'll pop out however many I want. I'm not gonna pull a bunch of them out right now. And then since I'm doing brad nails, I'm not gonna go with a big DB sack. I'll grab this small DB sack, I'll throw my brad nails in here, and I'll hook that on my DBX right here. Come on, John, you're looking like an idiot. And then I have my brad nails there. Grab my gun, and I'm going off to do whatever I need, and I have what I need for that. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm throwing these off. I don't need to wear them anymore. I'm not gonna carry this weight around for no reason. And I'm hanging these things back up. So that's a great way to stay efficient. The other thing is there's a lot of fasteners that you lose, a lot of money that gets lost in your tool bags, and it ends up getting cracked and brittle and broken, especially brad nails, plastic coil nails, or plastic rack nails, where they break and then you can't even use them in your gun anymore. So I like to try and keep those as efficient as possible. Again, business owner, always trying to save money. But overall, this system's awesome. The tempo belt curves to the way your body is. So I have my tempo belt where it's not just a circle, it actually goes down and around my waist. That way this sits on my lower back and gives me the proper curvature that I need for my back to sit with the pad, but then for the front to sit right above or right below my belt buckle, however you want to do it. And then another awesome thing about the system is that the belt buckle is off to the side. So if you wear a buckle, the issue is when you have that buckle that's right on top of your buckle, that's a pain. This one sits off a little bit to the left of your buckle, so you're not having that like clank, clank, clank issue. So I love that about that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of accessories that I throw on here. We've got gun loops that I have here. If I really am framing and I want to throw a gun loop on here, I can throw a gun loop on the side here. I can throw it on the back. I can throw it right here. It's just easy access to throw your gun in there, and you're not fishing for holes, which is nice. So overall, guys, that's pretty much the breakdown of my trailer. There's really not much more to it. It adapts as I do things. Again, just in this video, I've told you that I weld, I frame, I do finish work, I stage, I design, I do landscaping. I live on a ranch, so it's nice to be able to tow this around. Right now I'm down at the lower house, which is a good little drive from the main house. So it's nice to be able to load up this trailer, come down here with the mower, or come down here with, you know, whatever else I need to get done. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you want to check out the tool bags that I have here, click on the link below with the Diamondback. If you want to check out any of my tools are available at the link down there below at Beaver Tools. I don't get paid to say this. I just get paid if you guys buy a tool. So if you guys have been looking to buy flex, or if you've been looking to buy Stabila levels, I'm slowly adding some tools on there that I use and that I back. So anything on my list is something that I guarantee is a good tool. And then from there on out, guys, I'm gonna keep giving you guys some videos. And if you have any questions or things that you want to know below, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Much love, y'all.